ballroom culture. Now listen. This is Ballroom. What is up? It is Paris Tempe, Paris TTMPPED, TTMPPED, and today's video is going to be about ballroom culture. Now, I have an entire video of basically a whole vlog series on my ballroom experience. If y'all don't know, I can't even tell y'all this. This is like basically top secret information, so y'all can't tell nobody this shit. You know, I'm only telling y'all. So I'm basically like a 007. Okay, so I'm a 007. And that basically means, okay, I'm not going to get into the details because that's going to be on Wednesday's video. Actually, listen, just watch Wednesday's video. Wednesday's video is going to tell y'all everything y'all need to know. That's going to help y'all decode what the fuck this is going to be. But I have a whole vlog series. Episode 1's happening on Wednesday. I have basically a lot of different series happening, and if y'all don't really understand the structure of this channel, go on my website. It's gonna have all the shit that's going on. My trans madness shit, which is what's going on right the fuck now, is where I talk about all of my trans information. Oh no, this is trans realness. Fuck. So trans realness, which is happening right the fuck now, is where I give y'all basically all the spiel on trans information. And I'm gonna be doing this for y'all every single day for the rest of Pride Month, because I want to give y'all something back, because I'm at 19.2k. That sounds fucking fire. 9.2k. 19. Wait. Anyway, I'm at 19.2k subscribers, y'all. That's like the farthest I've ever made it. I don't even know. That's y'all. So to pour back into you, I'm going to be giving you information on all the LGBT plus content I can think of, and just give you everything that I've learned throughout my experiences, what I'm learning right the hell. Look, Wednesday's literally just where y'all are seeing my live experiences and just seeing ballroom, voguing. I gotta show y'all the locks. I feel like I don't even feel like myself. There we go. Ballroom culture. Now listen. I joined Ballroom about a few months ago. It had to be, I honestly don't remember when I joined. It was around the time when I started my job, which is crazy. I started the job and I was already hit up by the person that invited me. I can't tell y'all his name because remember, I'm a 007. And 007 in ballroom terms means that I'm undercover. I'm not under any house. And houses, watch Wednesday's video, because it's just a lot of pillars to ballroom that I'm still trying to decode myself. It's like when I was in college for the first time and they were talking about the syllabus, and I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit are they spilling out their throat? But now I'm understanding that it's just about the language. It has allowed me to meet hella people. I feel like after college, you only meet the people in your fucking job, or in your proximity, or through other people. I've met so many new people, and I feel like I've another gateway of networking, you know, just because I've joined ballroom culture. I feel like, you know, if you are a type of person that's LGBT plus and want to meet other creatives and other LGBT plus individuals who will welcome you with open arms, ballroom is where you want to do that. Ballroom is where you can kind of expand your horizon and meet more individuals like you who want to see you expand, and who are already doing their own thing, and who are just there to expand themselves, because there's categories to this thing. It's almost like sports. That's how I see it. You know, all sports is under this whole umbrella. The umbrella is sports, but underneath it is basketball, cheerleading, and some of them coincide with each other, like basketball, cheerleading. You know, we got tennis, we got football, we got all the, you know, different kind of sports. That's how ballroom is, all the different kind of categories. So none of them all kind of collide. So you can meet people outside of your quote-unquote category. And I feel like it can help you. I feel like, to me, it has its own spoken language. Now, I feel that I have my own spoken language. And if you're able to watch this video and just understand, you're obviously getting the flow and on my language. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because sometimes I talk to people and they're like, what the fuck you say? And I'm like, Ooh. And I'm not slowing down for nobody. That's just my motto. Talk how you speak. So, you know, joining ballroom, you know, they speak their own language, and I listen to them speak, and they speak mostly about ballroom, and they have their own humor, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I admire that it's one of those things where it's teaching me that a lot of the slang that we use and we see and we hear stems from ballroom, and stems from trans women who are the structure, the fucking bone, the spine of this shit for real. And I'm just realizing, I've I've learned that there's so many things there's so many things in this world that are happening right now in this moment in time that I have no idea exist, and I think that I know and I don't yet. Even Ballroom, I've heard about it, I've seen it, I watched Pose, I've seen certain things on it, but I've never been this like fucking dosed in that shit. It's really one of those things where once you're in it, you start to really understand that there's so much more to learn about not just what within it, about yourself. It's not about even learning the language. It's about how you use language. I'm learning that there's things I say and how I say it and my own way of speaking that I only do and that I only want to do. And when people are doing it, it's only something that we do. And I think it's teaching me the importance of family, that family aspect, and only speaking like that with people that understand. And if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you don't. And what happens in the family is in the fam. It's just like one of those. It's like that cool kind of mindset that I'm like, oh, this is a vibe. One of those things where I'm like, okay, I can get down with this. It helps you understand your fluidity. I feel like me joining Ballroom, I'm surrounded by people who express themselves in all types of ways, all types of fashion styles, all types of glamour, different ways to style their hair. I'm like, even me, I have my own kind of aesthetic. It makes me realize that you get to tap into your aesthetic and find out who do you want to be, who do you want to express yourself as, who do you want to go, boom, this is who I am. When you walk into a room, I remember one of the people there, oh my god, full on glam. It looked like they were fresh out of an episode, and I'm like, that is how I want to be, on some real shit. Like, I want to be able to, like, my aura be so fucking powerful that I'm in my own category as a person, and I feel like when you're just being yourself, you're just being that. And I feel like that's what that teaches me. And it almost teaches me to amp it up, do what you want, to make sure that you really express yourself in the way that you want to. It also teaches me how to get out the box. I try to step out of the category that I'm in, and you'll see videos on that. I'll talk about that in a video. But I've tried to step out of my box and see how do I want to experiment with what I do, and it's made me realize that I'm actually shyer than I thought. In my mind and alone, I'm very expressive, but I think that as I've gotten older, it's become more of a mental thing. And I'm like, okay, Ballroom made me realize I have to take that mental and put it out into the world. The world has to see who the fuck you are, and if you're not willing to show it, no one's ever gonna fucking see it. And that's a really big thing, a vital thing I think you need to understand as a creative person, as anybody that wants to just express yourself. You have to be willing to do it. And I think that Ballroom made me realize I have to be willing to express myself outside of who I am in my day-to-day. It taught me how to love being judged. For a very long time, I did not like to be criticized. I didn't like to be pointed at. I didn't like people to, do certain things, say certain things. I feel like my ego was very big and small and all that different shit. And I feel like, I'm not trying to say it humbled me, but it made me realize that I had a lot of bruises that I needed to heal. And I'm not trying to say it healed my bruises, but I think it definitely desensitized me from the bruises that I had, for sure. A definitely large portion of it, because you go in there and there's a bunch of yous in the room who are showing themselves 1,000%, and at one point you were that much. But now you're looking and you're like, fuck. When do I show you myself now? Do I show you myself now? And I'm like, there's never a time. You just have to be yourself. There's never going to be a time when you can be yourself. You just have to be yourself. It promotes you finding your character. Now, me being there, I realized, hold on, what the fuck? Who am I? Damn. When I gotta walk, I gotta have a walk. I gotta have a vibe. Of course, I have to have an aesthetic that's not 100% me, at all. But in terms of in my day-to-day life, I'm realizing, who am I? And it's crazy, those kind of questions pop up when you have to go and act. I think it also teaches me how to act. I feel like acting is a really big thing that I'm learning how to do being in there. I'm a very I'm just a me kind of person, but I feel like, in Ballroom, you have to, in my category, not in Ballroom, but in my category, which you'll see on Wednesday if you stick around, I have to have more of a chill persona. And I'm a chill person, but to me it just comes in doses. Out of the blue, I'm rolling on the floor, biting on grass and shit. And it also expects you to grow with time. I feel like in life, in your day-to-day life, after a while, you're just done growing. You grow up and that's that. Like, you're not supposed to change anymore. But in ballroom, you're expected to fucking change. As you go, as you practice, you should be getting more and more confident. You should be getting more and more prepped to be on that stage and ready to do what you got to do. And I think that's helped me as an artist, because I'm realizing what I'm doing should be progressing. I should be seeing a change. I should be seeing me go from here to here. I should be seeing and understanding that what I've been doing is leading me towards something, you know. And and it's crazy, because even in not having this conversation, I'm realizing, wow, I've evolved from, stepping outside of the box, doing something that is not something I would do. Because keep in mind, this opportunity has come to me years ago, like a year ago or two. And I ended up turning it down because I misunderstood and was afraid of how I was going to be perceived. And that says a lot about who I used to be and who I am now. Now, look at me. I'm on fucking a channel. Like, this is some crazy shit. Like, I'm like literally promoting myself and showing myself in a way that, like, I would have never done before. So I'm realizing, like, if you're a person that's shy and really wants to get out of your box but needs maybe a little push, join Ballroom. I wrote that age is different. It allows you to grow in an expressive way. Now, that is something I feel like it's like a cool thing. Like, keep in mind, like, it's not about like, oh, you're young, so this is who you are. It's literally just about like your status, how long you've been doing it. Like, I'm realizing, I see people like battling different ages. Like, it don't matter what age you are, you're just battling different people. It's just about literally, can you put on the act and win? And it's crazy because it's like, I feel like saying it out. When I was like listening and joining, it sounded crazy, but now that I'm in it, I'm realizing, like, wow, it's something that you can do to test yourself and test yourself around people who literally are doing what you're doing. There's no difference. It's like the same thing. It also gives you a family outside of your home, outside of your family. The more I'm going, the more I'm realizing, oh shit, like, I'm surrounded by a community of individuals. We all are fighting the same fight. We all want to see each other win. We are all here to grow. And like, I'm like, that is some shit that, like, I feel like it's not. Sometimes it's like a breath of fresh air to realize, like, underneath it all, no matter what it is, that's the goal, is to grow. And I mean, everyone else's version of growing may be different. Some people want to grow by winning. Some people want to grow. But I feel like in terms of my actual person, like my character, my vibe, I want this to grow. And I feel like that is definitely something that has helped me tremendously. I wrote that it helps me see people as art. Now, I don't know. That is something that I feel like I needed, because I'm a fashion kind of person, and I feel like, my friends are like into fashion and stuff like that. And I feel like when I was first joining Ballroom, I was at a point where, it was still cold as hell outside, but it was starting to get warm. So I was like at a fresh start. I'm back in the gym. I'm doing all this shit. I'm kind of like morphing back. I'm like going, how do I want to present myself? And then I go to Ballroom and I'm seeing everyone in their quote unquote, like, in their vibes, not in their characters, but in their vibes. And I feel like it's in their characters. And I go, well, how do I want my character to be? Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I want my vibe to? And I feel like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of creatives, fashion designers, people who do this because they literally just love it. It helped me realize, like, you just never know. Because, like, the nights of the balls, you're seeing everybody, they're putting on their vibes, they put on their outfits, they put on their face, and you're like, oh shit, like, I forget that we can do that we can go all in on ourselves, and we don't have to do it all the time. But when we do, we gotta do it, type shit. I mean, I feel like that right there is a very motivating, and it's fun, and it's exciting, and it makes me want to dive more into my creativity. It makes me want to see what I would do if I could. If you have any questions about Ballroom, please DM me. I will answer back. Instagram is still one of those like low-key apps for me where, I get like, a few DMs here and there, so I'll be reading them. I text people back. I'll be like, fuck it. So if you have any questions, someone literally DM me a big ass paragraph about Ballroom. So in my Wednesday video, I'm literally answering every single one of their questions. And I also put like their name and stuff in that video. I just forgot what their name was, but it'll be in that video. I'll put all the information. As for this video, it is a wrap. I'm very excited for y'all to just see what I've been doing. It's been, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it's been fucking hectic. This year went from like, what the fuck's about to happen to, oh my god, it's all happening at once. And I'm incredibly grateful because y'all made me realize it's possible. Because I don't know, I've been surrounded by a lot of people who, like, I mean, they've been pouring into me and motivating me, but I feel like it's in a way where it's like, I feel like because if I'm not doing it 100%, like, I feel like people go, are you still doing it? And I'm like, damn. But like, y'all have been just like rooting for me and just pushing me forward, and I'm incredibly grateful for y'all. And that's why, for Pride, when I tell you I'm pouring back tenfold. My shop was supposed to drop a few days back, but then I had trouble figuring out the whole shipping information, but it's finally understood. Listen, I am new to all of this, so y'all gotta work with me, but y'all are seeing it all from the bones up. Thank you for being patient. I have a lot of stuff I'm selling. Like, I'm selling a lot of shit. This is gonna be like a whole fucking store. I've been wondering what I should call it now. I've been wondering if I should just call it the Paris Tempered Shop. Like, I like that. It's like a cool vibe to it, but I've been kind of wondering if I should evolve the name. So I'm gonna have a few different suggestions on the website, Paris Tempered, in the description below. Go vote, maybe comment down below maybe what y'all think it should be named, and it will be named on the day it drops, which is going to be, honestly, it might be called the Paris Tempered Shop until y'all, you know, hurry up and go ahead and to that website and, you know, tell me what it should be named. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm very excited. I will see y'all soon. If y'all have any suggestions or any video topics that y'all want me to touch on, I suggest y'all comment down below, DM me, go on my website, comment. I'm for it all.